Praise the Lord, everyone. Praise the Lord. It doesn't matter what denomination you are. It doesn't matter to me what God you serve, because I know there's only one. So whether you Muslim, Christian, it really don't matter in this hour. So why don't we bow our heads right now, or if you don't prefer to do that, just stick with me. Father God, we come to you first of all, thanking you for this day that you have made. And Father God, we will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for the fellowship that's going to take place here today. Thank you for the food and those that prepared it. Keep us together in this hour. You, only you, know what the outcome is going to come with all of our lives. So amen.
Okay, ladies' brunch is served. Do we want to start with table at a time, line up in the hallway, whatever you...
Y'all, we got a nice spread this afternoon, so we eat up, please.
Again, thank you, ladies, for being here on this amazing Sunday. It's November and it's 60 degrees. We'll take it, I guess, right? So my name is Latasha. I work for TRS as a program manager. This is my first time here, so I'm happy to be here with all of you. And I will begin our introductions for our performers and speakers today. So I'd like to start with Misty McQueen. Miss Misty McQueen is an outreach specialist for TRS. Misty aims to make a difference in the world every day. Her achievements include graduating high school at the age of 36, just 6 months before her eldest child graduated from high school. Yeah. Never mind. Starting over. So sorry. Again, thank you for being here. Let me follow the agenda. Okay, so I'd like to welcome our executive director, Miss Kim Hudson Watson. Miss Kim Hudson, Wallace Hudson. That's what I was gonna say. Yes.
Hey! How y'all doing out there? Okay, listen. Well, I'm Kimberly Wallace Hudson, and I am the Executive Director at Transforming Reentry Services, formerly known as Men and Women in Prison Ministries. Listen, I want to be very honest and open in this hour. You know, we got some really challenging news that occurred on Tuesday. I'm sure that a lot of y'all spirits was rocked, still rocking as we speak right now. But I want to say that, number one, this is, Reverend Green already said this, but this is the day. Can y'all repeat with me? This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Amen, amen. I want to start there first. I wanted to begin talking about this, what is this overshadowing that's happening right now. I want you to know that Black sisters, we did our part. 95% of us came out in support of women's rights, in support of marginalized communities, in support of underserved communities. We did that. 75% of brothers came out as well. So let's not even think about the media and how they switching that. No, they came out too. Our ancestors would be so proud because we did a united front. Yes. There was a call to action and we stood 10 toes down. You think of what our people have endured in this country. Slavery, Jim Crow, the Civil Rights Movement, Reagan, and the war on drugs and the over-criminalization of our people. And we still stand. We still rise. Why are we so resilient? Y'all know why we're so resilient? We are so resilient because we have faith. We had to rely on a greater power other than ourselves to push through. We have a community. You see this community here? We have faith, we have community. And lastly, we have culture. Look at us. All of our joy, our happy, our swag, all of that. That's who we are. Our food that we eat, how we break bread, all of those things is what's going to push us through in this hour. I want y'all to be encouraged in that, all right? Own who we are, because we did our damn job, okay? I have something I wanted to share, a passage that I wanted to share that kind of motivated me because I was, whew. when I had to get up Wednesday and go to the office with the staff, I told Reverend Green, Mama, I said, I don't know if I can do this. I said, I don't know how am I going to show up? But when we were able to, what I love about this organization and the culture that we have cultivated is that it's very centered around family, and we support each other. Even in our downs and our lows, we talk to each other, we communicate. And I said, listen, I got to get to the office because I want the staff to know, number one, that I'm here. I want to hear their pain. I want to share in the process with them because we're going to do this. We're going to get through this. In this whole journey, I had to find something that I can lean in and read to myself that can give me some type of strength, right? And I came across this. I want to read it real quickly. It says, you may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. I give y'all all the hope, all the praise. We got this. You hear me? We got this. Now, with that being said, now I'm going to get into a little bit of what we do. Quick history about Transforming Reentry Services. Anyone that's here that's not really familiar with this organization or wants to get familiar, I want you to know what we are, what we've been doing for the last 40 years. We are a Black women-led organization, Black women-founded and led organization on the west side and south side of Chicago. I'm working with one of the most marginalized communities in this country, which is the reentry community. My beautiful mother, Reverend Green, right there, she's the one that founded this organization 40 years ago. She was an evangelist in the prisons. She used to drag me and my little brothers back there in the prison walls. And we realized that there was a need for service outside the prison walls as well, making that connection with family and loved ones and making sure that people's home, when they get back home, that they can stay home, that their transition is successful. So we do a lot of things at TRS, a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't even list all. Look, go to what we do. Look, we do testing, screening, medical case management. We have a very robust harm reduction. People that use drugs. We have ID restoration. We basically want to call ourselves the reentry hub. We are the reentry hub for brothers and sisters coming out of the penitentiary. So that's what we do on the west side and south side of Chicago. What I want to say now, when you see this beautiful, this is called Queens Care. Queens Care came out of an initiative from Risk to Reasons. It's funded by VIV, Positive Action here. The logo's right there on that sign there. It's one of the largest philanthropic movement for Black women. So just to kind of give you in simple terms, they created funding only for Black women to break down disparities in HIV prevention and care and give a voice to a community of women who historically been silenced. Just a few little tidbits here. You know, Black women are disproportionately impacted by HIV, accounting for nearly 60% of new HIV infections in the US. 70% of HIV positive women who are HIV positive in the city of Chicago are not linked to care. So that means that either they know, they don't know, and they don't want to, or they're not taking care of themselves. And also, researchers also know that, let me put this in context. They don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not, it's just that this is what they're saying, that 70% of sisters who have HIV in Chicago are not linked to care. And researchers note that most HIV transmissions among Black women take place in heterosexual relationships. Okay, so that's something to think about, Queens. Queens Care for me, it's not just about knowing your status, but about empowering my sisters to put yourself first, put your health, have agency over your health, your body, your mind, and be unapologetic about it. Ain't nothing wrong with telling his ass no or whatever you got to do. You understand? That's the type of stuff that we want to encourage. Outside of that, that's the focus. It's about empowering sisters to make choice and have agency, meaning ownership over their body, their spirit, their mind, and telling the hell with anybody else who ain't gonna support that. Okay? So Brianna will be here. You will kind of get a breakdown, a little bit further breakdown of how our Queens Care has rolled out. I'm not gonna get into most of that, but I will say I wanted to introduce the Queens Care team, which is all the sisters that's at TRS. All the sisters, they know which sisters I'm talking about. Okay, so could y'all stand up? The women of TRS, could y'all please stand up, please? Yes. Amen, amen. Ashe, ashe. Okay, yes, okay. And then look, let me, Charlene, where's she at? She's a Queens Care alumni. Hey, that Queen. Charlene is a sister that puts all these beautiful arrangements together. This is our second annual Queens Care Brunch, and Charlene has been so amazing. If you need a sister that's event coordinator that you want it looking like this, you holler at Charlene. She got you. Okay, also, I want to take this opportunity as well is through this initiative, we have been able to, with the Risk to Reason Initiative in Queens Care, part of our deliverables, put it that way, is that we have 2 grantees that we were able to fund. We have SWAP, which is Sex Workers Outreach Project. Hey, boo. And then we also have Alabama Cohosh Collaborative, and they got funding for reproductive justice. So what I wanted to do was take this opportunity for these 2 young ladies, one at a time. Swap, you want to come up here first and just share what it is you do and your connection to TRS or how we all collaborate. Okay, thank you, dear.
Thank you. Hi. Praise the Lord, saints. Good morning. How y'all doing? My name is Queen. I am the Events and Communications Coordinator for SWAP Chicago, which is the Chicago chapter of the Sex Workers Outreach Project. TRS has definitely helped us a lot because, just to be perfectly candid, in about, I think it was like February or March, we were definitely thinking about taking a hiatus for a little while just because we couldn't get any funding. But shout out to TRS because God is amazing. So yes, so shout out to them. We have been able to continue our housing initiative. We were able to reestablish our relationship with our legal clinic. So we are able to provide legal aid for sex workers in the Chicagoland area, housing assistance. We're currently working on our, yes. So our whole point is that we just want to be here to provide resources for current and former sex workers and focus on their well-being and not necessarily worrying about trafficking. Not that that isn't something that's prevalent, but the focus is we want to help folks that are in dire need, and we want to focus on what their needs are in that moment. So TRS has definitely helped us contribute to that, so thank you.
Thank you, baby.
Hey y'all. Hi. Hey, I'm Lindsay. I'm here from the Alabama Cohosh Collaborative. Gratitude. I don't even know where to start with the gratitude that I have for being here in this room with y'all. We are called the Cohosh Collaborative because cohosh is a plant that grows in Alabama that can be used across different reproductive health needs, from supporting a pregnancy to ending a pregnancy to supporting menopause and other transitions. And that's what we aim to do. We use a reproductive justice framework to say the people, our people in our community should have the right to have children, to not have children, to raise those children in safe and healthy environments, and to have autonomy over their bodies. And we do that with, so we do everything. Alabama is one of these ironic places where not only do we have a total ban on abortion, we also have restrictions on contraceptives. We have restrictions on prenatal care and maternal health care deserts. So we're out here trying to get our people, whether it is to the prenatal care that they need or to access the care that they need to end a pregnancy. Amazingly, right now in North Alabama, Illinois is the closest state for people to really get comprehensive care, including abortion care. Isn't that amazing? And in the midst of that, our Attorney General wants to prosecute organizations that help people get out of state. So we are in the work, and we are so grateful to have partners and allies in that work. Me personally, and I know on behalf of all our organization, my co-director Jasmine couldn't be here, but when this grant application came across our desk, we're like, I don't know, this organization in Chicago, do we have a chance at getting this? And when it came through, it was like a celebration. It is amazing. Y'all are amazing. I think the application said micro grant. It is not a micro grant to us. It is a huge gift. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for the work y'all do. God bless you. Okay, so I don't know who next. Latasha, you got the mic? Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Okay, so I would now like to bring up the multifaceted, multi-talented, the woman that helped put this all together, Miss Brianna Sangus.
Ooh, I'm nervous. Okay. Hey. Okay, so there are some women in here that are unaware of the Queens Care program, and I would like to give you a little overview. So if you want to look at the screen in the back. All right, Transforming Reentry Services, formerly known as Men and Women in Prison Ministries. This is a beautiful photo from last year. Next. Next slide. Okay. The Queens Care program conducts 3 impactful sessions aimed at educating, empowering, and providing crucial resources and testing to justice impacted women in the heart of the west side and south side of Chicago. Disrupting disparities in HIV prevention and care for Black women, devoted to increasing action around HIV prevention and linkage to care. Next slide. Session 1, a foundation of knowledge. The journey begins with a powerful health inequities, HIV, and cisgender women presentation led by VIV Rep. Michelle Miner. Participants delve into the understanding of HIV and the importance of awareness. Following this, Ms. Yvonne Green leads a session on holistic health, emphasizing the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit in achieving overall wellness. Next slide. Session 2, prioritizing prevention. In the second session, the spotlight is on HIV prevention strategies. Myself guides the ladies through the understanding of PEP and PrEP, empowering them with the knowledge on proactive measures. Additionally, Michelle Miner presents on aptitude, shedding light on a revolutionary approach to sexual health and empowerment. Next slide. Session 3, reflect, recap, and relate. As the program progresses, Session 3 serves as a culmination of learning and connections. It allows participants to reflect on their journey, recap key takeaways, engage in candid girl talk, and receive their certificates for completing the program. Moreover, the session incorporates elements of harm reduction, offering practical insights into enhancing safety and well-being. Next slide. All right, this is just a little bit of data from 2023 to 2024. Since our award began, total number of transitional women houses we visited has been 7. Total number of women vulnerable to HIV we serve / linked to services, 232. Total number of people living with HIV we serve linked to services, 3. Now, mind you all, this is from a couple months ago. So the numbers definitely increased, but this is just a little data from a couple months ago that I just wanted to share with you all. All right, next slide. Proud moment, community ambassador. Through our Queens Care program, a remarkable woman emerged who embodies our commitment to community, health, and wellness. Missy McQueen, a standout from our very first cohort. Ooh, y'all is messing up, hold on. Where you at? Okay. Through our Queens Care program, a remarkable woman emerged who embodies our commitment to community health and wellness. Missy McQueen, a standout from our very first cohort, has consistently demonstrated exceptional leadership and dedication to community care, who has now transitioned into a full-time employee at TRS. And this is your certificate. So we definitely had to give you one, Queen. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. Now for my actual speech. All right. Good afternoon, Queens. It is an honor to stand before you today. For the past 2 years, I've had the privilege of meeting and working with some of the most inspiring women I've ever known. Hey, y'all. Each of you has shown remarkable courage, resilience, and strength in the face of barriers designed to hold us back. As Black women, we know these challenges all too well. Yet, here we are, together, lifting each other up, learning, growing, and making history as part of the Queens Care program. I am genuinely moved by what you've accomplished. Each one of you made the empowering choice to take agency over your health and bodies. You took that step to get tested, a powerful act in a society that often overlooks our needs and health in our communities. This is where our journey begins, not in waiting, but in taking charge. Over the last year, because of the dedication and spirit each of you has shown, Queens Care program has achieved incredible results. Together, we've increased our outreach and engagement with women by 50%. That is a testament to what we can accomplish when we stand together and support one another. Now I want us to keep the momentum going. Let's lean on each other, let's continue to raise awareness, and let's take action. HIV prevention is critical, and it starts with each of us taking ownership of our bodies, our health, and our future. While others may not bring these conversations to our communities, we are doing it ourselves, one conversation, one connection, and one person at a time. The reality is that Black Americans are diagnosed with HIV at a rate nearly 4 times higher than other races, and among those numbers, women are the highest affected. That's a hard truth, but it's one we can face together. Stigma is a part of this challenge, but it is one we can break. Together, we can tear down these barriers and rebuild our communities. To each of you, thank you. Thank you so much for your courage, your strength, and your commitment to this journey. I'm inspired to keep fighting, and I'm proud to stand alongside such phenomenal women as we continue this work. Let's keep pushing forward, let's keep making change, and let's continue to empower each other, our communities, and future generations. Thank you. I love you!
Okay, thank you, Brianna. All right, so I kind of jumped ahead a little earlier, and now, back on track here, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Misty McQueen. Misty McQueen is an outreach specialist at TRS. Misty aims to make a difference in the world every day. Her achievements include graduating high school at the age of 36, just 6 months before her eldest child graduated from high school. That deserves a celebration. A hand clap. Advocating for Chicago's homeless coalition for the past 4 years, and writing books and poems. Misty enjoys driving down Lakeshore Drive from south to north, it's a long drive, while listening to her favorite music and admiring the scenery. Please help me welcome Miss Misty McQueen. Would you like a microphone?
Oh. Good afternoon, Queens. I wrote, I have 2 poems I want to recite. One I just wrote the other day, so I got the paper with me because I probably can't recite it as fluent as I can recite one that I wrote in 1999, which is called Choices. I am who I choose to be, so my destiny is up to me. One wrong choice can stop it all, so I choose to stay clean and on the ball. Good choices can bring great rewards, so bad choices I can't afford. The right choices are sometimes hard to make, but the wrong choices I can't do and call them mistakes, because a choice is a choice, be it good or bad, and whichever you choose, it's the choice you had. This second one is called Queen Soldier. Yesterday I saw a queen. She told me she had just returned from war. Yesterday I saw a queen, battered and bruised, yet graceful in her core. While bent, unbreakable, her stance untakeable. Yesterday, I saw a queen who knew that she could not lose, quite often misinformed, misunderstood, and confused. Yesterday, I saw a queen scrambling to put together the ingredients of a special recipe within her. All the purpose-filled life experiences that continues to make her a winner. Yesterday, I saw a queen dressed in army fatigues, cloaked in a royal silk robe. Glass eyes locked into a stare, I saw history of her story. A queen and a soldier, infused with grace. I stepped closer only to realize that I had been standing in the mirror since yesterday when I saw a queen.
Another round of applause for Misty, please. Okay. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Del Marie. Where's Del Marie? Am I saying that correctly? Okay. Del Marie is a Chicago-born creative and a performing arts hailing from the west side of Chicago. Any West Siders? Originally known on the scene for her Afro-Caribbean and hip-hop dance moves, she is more recently known for her music. Del Marie has been featured in national television via shows like Windy City, ABC News, BET Black Girls Rock, Black Love commercials starring Taraji P. Henson, and the music video Girls with Chance the Rapper and Joey Perp. Am I saying that right? Offstage and on the television screen, Del Marie is recognized as a community leader and arts educator. She has facilitated events and workshops in dance, rap, poetry, and music for numerous organizations across the city of Chicago. Del Marie Productions goes beyond entertainment. They serve as a driving force for social transformation. With her talents, she is culturally setting new standards of excellence and ultimately geared to leave a positive impact on the world. Please help me welcome Ms. Del Marie. You're so welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies. So I'm just gonna do 2 pieces while we set up. The first piece is gonna be without music, it's a cappella. And before I get into it, I'll just talk about it a little bit while we get it together. So raise your hand if you know what Black Wall Street is. Good, good. Does anybody want to tell me what they know about Black Wall Street? Anybody? Even if it's a sentence, it doesn't have to be like long-winded. But what's important about Black Wall Street? Anybody want to jump in? Black people. The empowerment of the black community, yes. So everybody knows Black Wall Street was like it was in several different cities, and my grandfather taught me about it when I was little. And it was basically a moment in time where black people, we had our own communities, and we didn't just live in our communities, we owned everything in our community. So we owned the laundromat, we owned the bank, we owned the hospital, we owned the radio station, we owned the schools. Those were our systems, our organizations. It was our community. Just like when you go to Chinatown, how they own the stuff in their community, or you go to a little village and they own the grocery stores and things in their community, or the Gold where we are, and you know, the whites, they own what they own. That was Black Wall Street was us. And so this piece is called Black Wall Street because it's kind of a call to action to my people, black people. How are we gonna get there? So now that we're all set up, I can get started and getting into my piece. I just need a chair and a pencil. Okay, so this is a hip hop remix, and it's a spinoff of I was a young girl, and I went to see a play. And the play was about this family escaping from slavery to the North. My grandfather took me so that I could be educated on history, but in a creative way, because he knew I was attracted to the arts, and he was like, she's not going to listen unless I take her to something artsy. So we went. So in the story, it's a girl and her mom, and they running from the slave master, and they get across the water, they make it to the North, and her mama like, we free now, baby, we free, we up north. And she's like, yeah. So she goes to school when it's finally time, and she comes back and she's like, mama, we is not free. And her mom like, what you mean, baby? We are free. We not slaves no more. And she was like, I can't play in that playground because I'm colored. She was like, I can't drink from this water fountain because I'm colored. I can't play with her because I'm colored. I can't even go to that school that looks so nice because I'm colored. We are not free. And so she says to her mom, it's a musical. So she says, how we gonna get there? How we gonna get there? How we gonna get there? Get there, wait and see. And her mom says, we gotta keep on going. Keep that candle burning inside. We've got our freedom, glory be. So that stuck with me from a little girl all the way to now, looking at my people from my generation, because we're not slaves no more, but we still have a long way to go. And so I took that and I made a remix to it, a hip hop remix to speak to my generation and say to everyone, how are we gonna get to Black Wall Street again? Well, the education and the knowledge that we have, what are we gonna do today to get there? And so now I ask all of you in this room, with the power that you have. Thank you. How we gonna get there? How we gonna get there? How we gonna get there? Get there, wait and see. They say we gotta keep on going. Keep that candle burning, 'cause inside we've got our freedom, glory be. Well, yo, 'cause we've been traveling for so long, trying to get away from depression, oppression, and all these systematic way wrongs. Armor made to be strong, gym shoes made to run up, get kicked. We equipped, got off them slave ships, fighting, been fighting since. Now I come from the streets where the people kill, murdering, hustling, struggling for that dough. Fighting for property, claiming this as no reality shows it is not so. Shooting each other up, beating our brother mentality, got us locked behind those. Killing our population, gonna fix it, the future tricky, pull at your girls. Then the po-pos wanna come with the guns for the rump, get it tough in the hood, 'cause they got smoke. Know the boys got stand swamp, let's checkmate. Another one of my brothers put in the black sword. Justice, where you at? It's to sleep, we don't know. She don't speak when my people's calling on the sheer road. Running for the green, not free, hunting, petite, prostituting dreams on the streets. So I ask, how we gonna get there with all that going on? How we gonna get there? Somebody tell me, how we gonna get there? Get there, wait and see. We gotta keep on going, keep that candle burning, 'cause inside we've got our freedom, glory be. Thank you. And so that's my first piece, that's Black Wall Street. And I always say, like, take that with you whenever you're thinking. And already TSR is doing that. And Queens Brunch is already doing that. When we set up things in our communities, I can see that it's already happening, and it's just a matter of us keep going. So I still sing that song, but it's relevant, but the work is being done. And I'm honored to be here to be a part of the work and spreading the message and awareness. So thank you for having me. Thank you, Brianna. I'm grateful. I love being around this. So the next piece is I wrote it when I was really down. And, you know, I was like, God, you gave me these gifts. I'm getting tired. It's kind of a burden. You know, and everybody goes through that. So before I start this piece, I always say, raise your hand if you know you got greatness inside of you. That should be everybody in this room, because God gave everybody some ounce of greatness. Okay, hands down. Next question. Raise your hand if anyone or anything has ever tried to stop you from being great. It could be your own thoughts. It could be your doubts. It could be family, friends, partners. It can be anything. It could be anything. So I wrote this song for all my winners out there. That's like, yeah, okay, That's cool, but ain't nothing gonna stop me, okay? So this song is called TKD, which stands for Taekwondo. And you guys know what Taekwondo is? It's a fight style, right? Martial arts, like, you know. And so I was like, I'm finna write a song about beating the devil up. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like, I'm finna write a song about, you know, whooping my fears and getting my success, the victory God told me I had since I was birthed. Like, it's always my victory. So that's what this song is about. And I need y'all help to do it. This is my last piece, and then I'm gonna get out y'all way. But all you do is you say 4 words, and you gotta say it with some power, because this song is about you too, okay? So you're gonna say Tai, Quan, Do, and then you're gonna say pow, word, fo, and that's it, okay? Y'all ready? Don't get scary on me now, y'all ready? All right, here we go, let me go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Tai, Quan, Do, y'all sound good. Pow, word, fo, one more time without me. Hey, 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 okay. Beautiful. All right, so now when I do this, that means stop. I'm gonna do this, that means y'all come in and y'all say it, right? Because y'all singing the song with me. And then when I do this, that means stop. Now, I always got one knucklehead or two that's just like, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay like, no, stop. So like, don't be that knucklehead, okay? Don't be that knucklehead, all right? So we're gonna get into it. And when I point to y'all, y'all know what to do, right? And when I do this, y'all know what to do, right? All right, let's get it. Who's pressing play? Let me take my purse off. This is a song for all my winners out there. Check, check. Yeah. I could care less what a hater got to think or a doubtful. I'm bomb, dream manifester. In the bathroom, ever covering up my bars. For the ears of the people, I'm overcharged. Leaving down pressure makers, I expect me to make a rescue from alligators and the sharks and doc. You know them critics in the brain, oversized teeth, biting up your inner child. She's been pained up, worked up, feared up, no love, but I still got time. Yep, I still got rounded with this flow. Watch me change the coast. Tell fame and fortune, they can meet me at the door. Hannah, when you recognize what you got inside, metamorphosis, she's a little crystal slipping off. That's a nod to my maker. He been my day one, like you gon' have it all. Press the paper, taekwondo, tie, quan. Don't time to follow that dream because I be pal. Word, feel like the people I've seen who follow their dreams. Quan. Dog shooting through the galaxies, impacting. I think it's time y'all know who that chick with the flow. Come feel my punch. Woosah, I got a dream, not for sale. Won't let up till the thing real. Cause my dreams won't sleep. Banging pots of pans, screaming we won't cease till we be. I gotta see pearl till I reap the plan. Use art, heart, get the world to dance. Restoration of the part I was gay to get. This restoration of the heart, renaissance with it. They tell me spit it and no quit it. They know I come with the rhythm. Professional in the business, call it popping boss flow. Missional time, signature, triple cuffing these intervals. Speaking through the dimensional soul of the world. Claim my power, keep my man on the hour, heat the lover, heat the flow until it's served. Swerving, hover my obstacle, see the vision, no optical shopping, the memes up in no map, it's in my heart, I'm gone. Time to follow that dream because you be like the people you've seen who follow their dreams. Shooting through the galaxies, impacting. Think it's time y'all know who that chick with the flow. Come feel my punch, you side on side. Quan, time to follow that dream because you be. Hey, 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 come on. Yep. Shooting through the galaxies, impacting. Think it's time y'all know. Y'all the ones with the flow. Come feel this punch. Woosah, Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are beautiful. That was great. My name is Del Marie. If you want to follow me on social medias, you can. I go by Del Marie's Universe because I'm also a dancer and an actress, and I'll be at the Apollo Theater in New York in 3 days. So, with Bronzeville the musical. And thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Mrs. Tasha. Thank you, Bree. Thank you. And that's my exit.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. So good. Don't forget your purse. Can we get one more round of applause for Del Marie? That was incredible. That was so, so good. So good. Okay. I'd like for you guys to help me bring up our keynote speaker, if you will, for today. I'll just read a little bio on Miss Shatrivia Kennedy. Miss Shatrivia Kennedy is a native of Chicago, Illinois. Embarked on her literary journey 19 years ago, following her HIV diagnosis. Initially journaling her experience in silence, she has since become a powerful advocate for HIV awareness through her writing. Under her pen name, Unique Kennedy. Shatrivia has authored over 30 books since 2019, most of which she has self-published. At age 43, Shatrivia balances her roles as a mother of 4 and a multifaceted professional. She is the CEO of Unique Presence LLC, publishing company, and the founder of Unique Purpose Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Additionally, hand clap. Additionally, she leads as the CEO of CNA On the Move LLC and serves as a certified HIV tester and counselor, a certified mental health first aid professional, and an HIV and abuse advocate. Shatrivia is also a certified nursing assistant, entrepreneur, life and writing coach, and a full-time mother. Her dedication to HIV awareness has garnered recognition in Chicago Tribune and has been highlighted in her second annual HIV awareness event. Shatrivia was a notable participant at Howard University Stigma, S-T-I-G-M-A, contest, and received an honorable mention for her poem, My Children, in the International Conference on Stigma Art. Her work has been featured in the Art of Magazine, Volume 9. Yes, Art of Me Magazine, Volume 9, as an HIV book spotlight. And she achieved #1 best-selling author status on Amazon in the in the HIV/AIDS category for her collaborative book, Dating with HIV. Shatrivia's passion extends to authors realizing their dreams, particularly those who are incarcerated or re-entering society. She has successfully published over 5 books by incarcerated individuals, and she is committed to giving a voice to marginalized communities through diverse genres, including self-help, urban, street literature, children's books, poetry, Christian fiction, and memoirs. Please help me welcome Ms. Shatrivia Kennedy.
So I still get nervous every time, right? It's amazing. I still get nervous every time I was walking. I'd be like, oh. So listen, first, I want y'all to get God glory for everything she just said. Because without God, I wouldn't have been able to do none of it, like literally none of it. So that was the God's glory. Now, let me give y'all my story, because it's totally different from that. I always get nervous when people say my bio or say things that I do, because I'm regular, right? I'm a regular woman that I feel regular. You know, I don't feel like I'm special. And I don't feel like I did all that stuff. It's really nothing. I just chose to allow God to use my pain for my purpose. I just said I'm gonna do something about it, right? But this is my actual story, right? I love onions, right? I love onions, y'all. I'm so serious. It's weird this morning when I was preparing my thoughts for the speech. I remember my stepdad used to always say, y'all little onion head kids, sit down. Y'all little onion head kids, sit down. But I really didn't get me into this morning. With this onion, you continue to take layers and layers and layers off of this onion. And I've realized that's where I'm at right now in my life. Not all that stuff she said, where I'm at right now. But I'm going to go back and get y'all to where I'm at right now. I'm peeling all of these things off this onion. So when I was 11, I begged my mother. I begged her. I want to spend time with my family, my father's side of the family. My father died when I was 3. So I wanted to have a relationship with his side of the family. So I begged her. She said, okay, I'm going to let you go. So she walked me across. I was born on the west side of Chicago, not too far from here. Roosevelt and Loomis. It's called The Village is what they call it. I was born and raised over there. So she walked from one side of the projects to the other side to take me over there. So it was good. Every weekend I went over there. It was amazing. It was different because my grandmother, she took care of all of the kids.
So everybody didn't like when I came over there because I got all the attention because my dad was dead. So one particular weekend I went over there, and my 2 cousins older than me, they said, come on, let's go upstairs. So we go upstairs. They said, have anybody ever went down on you? I'm like, no, I'm 11. Why would somebody do that? I didn't understand. So one cousin said to the other cousin, you go down on Shay Shay, because that's my nickname. You go down on Shay Shay so she can feel see what it feel like. Me, now to this day, I don't understand why I didn't stop it, but I'm a kid. I don't know. I allowed her to do it. Come and take my clothes off and go down on me. So I called my mother afterwards and told her to come get me. To this day, my mother's dead. She don't even know that this happened to me, right? So I went home, never said nothing else. I was 11. 12, playing in the hallway, 15 floors, right? So we playing all in the building. I'm playing with an older guy that's 21. He take me in his cousin's house and just throw me on top of him and have sex with me. I felt bad because I'm like, why was I even with this man? You know, he's an older guy. Why was I even with him? So now I'm like, I'm not finna keep letting people take nothing from me. And I'm 12 now. 14, happened again. Somebody took it again. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna allow this to happen. So I started becoming a fighter now. Now I'm tough now. Growing up in the projects, you feel like you gotta be tough anyway, right? But I didn't really have to be tough. But at that point, I feel like I had to because wasn't nobody gonna keep taking nothing from me. So I wound up having my first son because I chose to. I chose to have sex. It's what I wanted to do. We didn't use a condom. I didn't know nothing about HIV. Well, I knew we all know about HIV, right? But we don't think that it can happen to us, of course. So I knew about it, but I didn't know about it. Make sense? Right? So I had sex with somebody, got pregnant, and after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have sex when I feel like it. When I feel like it. Ain't nobody taking nothing, or we fighting literally. I really mean that. I was a fighter. I really meant I was gonna fight. So years progressed, and with me having one son, and I'm seeing all these different things happening, I said I was not gonna keep having kids and not have a husband, because when I was younger, I always saw men take care of their family. They would come, take their kids out on the weekend. To me, that was love, right? Because I didn't have a father. I saw men taking care of their family, so I'm like, I want that. I want a man that's gonna take care of me and my son. Met this guy on the bus. He was everything, y'all. Listen, when I say everything, I just told y'all what I came from. I wanted love. That's what I wanted. So playing around with these guys, I allowed them to do something in a sense that made me feel loved and wanted, right? But that was not love. So I met this guy. He was amazing. He worked. I had never known nobody with a job, literally. Growing up in the projects, people don't have jobs. They got, that's another story. But he had a job. He worked with a guy at the church. So I'm like, church? Okay, this is good. We started going out. It was absolutely amazing. He took me downtown. We went on walks. I had never been downtown other than, you know, when you growing up, your mother take you downtown to see the fireworks. That's all I knew about downtown. I didn't know, like, you could walk around, window shop, all these amazing things. I never knew about that. He took me out. We went on dates. Had never been on a date before. This guy was amazing, y'all. When I say amazing to me at that age, that was 20 years ago. I'm 43. That was amazing to me. Invited me to church. I started going to church with him and his family. Then I actually started going to church on my own because now he introduced me into something that I wanted more knowledge of. So he wound up getting sick. I was pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant. He got sick, went in the hospital, and he was just getting real sick, like colds, night sweats, those type of things. So he told me, I'm gonna take an HIV test. I'm like, why? Why would you take an HIV test? Imagine that. You know HIV, but it's that close to you in the conversation, you don't want to have it. Don't do that. He said, no, I'm gonna do what they said I have to. Okay. A week later, sit in a room with him, and the doctors came in. They said, well, we need her to leave out. He said, no, she's the mother of my child. She can stay in. The lady said, yo, test results came back. You have AIDS. So now in my head, AIDS. I know HIV, but AIDS, you know? I didn't know that they was two different things back then. So I'm thinking, like, this is bad. So I just looked at him, and he looked at me, and she said, ma'am, you're 8 months pregnant. You need to go and get tested. I was just, like, went numb. I couldn't believe it. I, like, literally could not believe that she said that. And he looked at me, and he said, it's me and you against the world. So I looked at him. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right, because he just was so cute. You know, he was just was so cute to me. So I went I called my midwife. I told her everything. She said, come get tested. When it got tested, a week later, I go back. So you know how you go in the clinic and you check in. I checked in. Then when they get ready to call you to the back, either the medical assistant call you back or either your midwife. My midwife called me to the back, and when I walked through the doors, it was like 3 people walking with her. I said, yeah, I'm HIV positive. I'm HIV positive. There's no way all these people walking with her. So we walked to the back. I sit down. I still don't remember. I was thinking about this last week. When I walked in that room, she had to tell me who those people was, but I literally don't remember it because I went numb. But by law, she had to tell me who those people was. I don't remember it. Back to that onion. As I continue to heal, it's 20 years. As I continue to heal, God is going to allow me to remember. I'm sure of it, but I don't remember to this day. I sat there, and she said, Shatrivia, she touched my shoulder. She said, Shatrivia, you HIV positive. I said, I can't have no more kids. So all the people in the room, like, they said, I'm looking around. They said, I have never heard nobody ask that question because growing up, I always wanted a lot of kids because it was only 3 of us. I wanted to know, will HIV prevent me from having kids? I was not worried about death. I was not worried about being sick because I had got introduced to God. I knew that God was going to take care of me. But can I have kids? Which I have 4 kids now. I have 3. I've had 2 more kids, so I have 4 now. So at that moment of being diagnosed, I can't remember. I still don't remember certain stuff, y'all. It's really amazing. I don't remember how I felt. I just remember that I had to make sure that my child was going to be okay. So they explained to me that I had to take medication to prevent her from having it. But after her birth, I wouldn't need it. So I'm like, what? How? That don't make sense to me. But they explained about the CD4, the viral load being undetectable, right? So I'm still not understanding what that means because I just was told I'm HIV positive 2 seasons ago. Now you talking about this, that. I don't know, but okay. It's just how it was, okay. He went back to the doctor. I took care of him. I was pregnant. I had to work. I was a home care aide at the time. I had 2 clients. I would wake up in the morning, wash him up, pregnant, 8 months. Wash him up, get him up, fix his food, get ready for work, leave him there, go to work 2 blocks away, come back, fix him lunch. This was my day-to-day for 3 weeks. I didn't take care of myself. I didn't care about myself. I wanted to make sure he was okay because he was weak. I felt like he didn't have God like I had God. That I had God in a different way. It just was different. When I first got introduced to God, it was like we clicked, But you could tell when other people ain't there. So I felt like I had to help him because he couldn't help himself. I had to take care of my child, my unborn child, because she definitely couldn't take care of herself. So I still didn't tell nobody. I lived in secret for a lot of years. So he didn't want to tell nobody. I wound up having a baby. So I had the baby. And when you HIV positive, you have a baby, they cover up all the medication, right? They cover up everything. My mother was there, my cousin was there. They still didn't know nothing. And I kept living in secret with him because that was his choice. He wanted us not to tell nobody because he said that his family would not accept him. My family was loving, they would have had, but I chose to accept what he wanted, right? And he left me. He left me with a baby. My baby hadn't got all 3 of her tests to rule her out from HIV. She cried every time I touched her. I'm like, wait a minute, how, this ain't making sense. I'm newly diagnosed, I got a baby, she don't like me, and I got a thing called HIV, I don't understand. I'm not even taking medicine no more. And it's baby, I gotta get her this medicine. Depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. I was just at a really bad place, but I had to be okay because I had the baby. And I had a son, my son was like 5 at the time. Once again, I couldn't take care of myself, right? I didn't think to take care of myself. All I thought was HIV. HIV, really just think about your name and a sentence with something like that, and you don't understand it. And your boyfriend leave you. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me, like literally ever happened to me, but the best thing that could have happened to me. So I was on public aid at the time. They told me I needed to come in and do all these things. So I signed up for a CNA class. I was so happy to sign up for that CNA class because it took me away from that baby. We having real conversations, right? I don't want to be at home with that baby because she cried too much. I don't want to look at her thinking she gonna be positive. I got to live with that. He done left. I don't want nothing to do with none of it. So I go to CNA class. do the class, pass. But before I passed, I was sitting on the bed one day, and the baby kept crying. I'm like, this little baby, I just can't stand her. Like, I could stand her. Like, why she keep crying? I'm trying my best to make sure she's going to be okay. My mother came in the room, why is that baby crying? And I couldn't take it no more. I said, Mom, remember that time that he went in the hospital? She said, yeah, girl. And she grabbing the baby. What? And I said, he was diagnosed with AIDS. And she said, what? I said, yeah, and they told me I had HIV. And I just crying. And the baby, of course, the baby was crying too. So she said, is you okay? I said, yes, I'm okay. She said, is the baby okay? I said, she got to get one more test. There's one more test going to rule out if she got it or not. She said, okay, y'all going to be okay. My mother's dead. We never had another conversation about HIV, ever. She loved me. When I say support, oh my God, y'all don't know how I encourage people that's HIV positive to share their diagnosis with somebody, because the support that you can get will change your life. My mother just loved on me. But her love was not enough because I wanted him to love me. So I kept begging him to come back, begging him. He would come back. He would leave. He would come back. He would cheat. I would call people. This is years, maybe 6, 7 years of this. Back and forth. Remember you, I'm not taking care of me. All I'm doing is working, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, but I was not taking care of my mental state. I wasn't taking care of Shatrivia. Yeah, I went to the doctor, okay. But sometimes going to the doctor is not enough. You have to do some self-care, some self-development. You got to see, what do you want to do with your life? At that time, I didn't even know. I didn't even know what a purpose was, y'all. I didn't know what a purpose meant. I just was living. So I continued this, and I married him. I married him because I felt like nobody would love me. Who would love a woman living with HIV? Who would really do that? I'm fat. I have all these kids. I wound up having kids. Because remind you, y'all know I wanted kids, right? I was not going to let not having a daddy stop me from having the kids. So I continue to have these kids, And he moved me away. He abused me. He beat me in silence. I wouldn't come out the room. I wouldn't say nothing. The kids heard stuff, but they wouldn't say nothing. I allowed him to verbally abuse the kids. I felt bad for him because I took people to the doctor. If I found out he was sleeping with somebody, I would go and I would tell them. And then they wouldn't believe me at first. But a couple of days later, they're like, she ain't lying. I would take them to the doctor, hold their hand while they get their medication, and be their friend. So he didn't like that. So now he said, you don't deserve to have sex. I'm not having sex with you. So now you gave me this. I can't go mess with nobody else. You see what I'm saying? It was just ongoing torture every freaking day. But I stayed. I know now I didn't love me. It was nowhere in the world that I loved me or those kids. I put him before me and the kids. It's just the truth. When you allow somebody to do what that man did to me, you can't love your kids. You cannot love your kids nor yourself. That's my truth. And I have to live with that. But me and my kids, we're better now, right? So this is where I started to get tired. I was tired. I was just so tired. I told a friend of mine I had met, she said, he's abusing you on every level of abuse. I'm like, what? She said mentally, emotionally, financially. I'm like, whoa. When somebody tell you something like that you didn't grow up with, that's not somebody that you really actually know. This is a person that you met. This is a whole different world that they're introducing you to. I started researching. I'm like, he is abusing me. So I said, okay, I got to figure this out. I got to figure out how to leave. I got to figure out how to go. All those years, I would write. I would write my thoughts. I don't have a high school diploma, see it on to this day. He said, you're dumb, you stupid. Who's gonna really listen to you? Who's gonna read a book? A book? So I would write. I would continuously write and write and write. He would throw my books, my laptops against the wall. He just tried to sabotage my life. It was like he wanted me to suffer. That's what it felt like. Like he hated me. I still don't understand to this day why he hated me so much. It's just amazing to see. I took care of him. I loved him. I gave him kids. He still hates me to this day. It's just totally amazing to see it. But God told me one day, I was with him. He took my car. Came back, and we was driving. And God said, you either going to leave him and live the life I have for you, or you going to stay and be a part of the wrath. When y'all hear God say something like that, you got to do something. Something needs to be done, like immediately. Immediately. So it wasn't immediately though. Stop, you gotta stop doing this, please don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And I said, okay. Got my exit plan together, I moved to Indiana. And I started losing everything. I don't understand, this is weird. This is how God set you up, right? God will set you up for your purpose, and you have no idea he's setting you up. Let's go back for a second. When I got to CNA, I started working in the hospital. I worked at Mount Sinai for 11 years. I didn't want to see those kids. I didn't want to see those kids, so I went to work. 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, and I started disclosing my status to the nurses, to the doctors, and they would allow me to go in to people that was newly diagnosed. So I was an advocate before I even became an advocate, way before God was preparing me for my nonprofit. I had no idea that he was doing it. I would go and help people. I would talk to them. I would sit on the bed with them. I would hold their hand. I would tell them it's going to be okay. They actually was helping me more than I was helping them, because it allowed me to be there for somebody in their first days of being HIV positive and hug them. That hug changed so many people's lives that I still talk to them right now today. So when I left, I said, okay, I lost my job, lost my car, because I was so sad. Just imagine those kids, I said, my kids, I call them little people. My little people, he turned my little people against me. I already had a son when I met him, and then I had 3 with him. He turned all the kids against me. She's sad, she depressed, she don't love y'all, she don't want to work, she don't do this. No, nigga, you keep cheating. How's I'm gonna go to work? How's I'm gonna do anything if you keep on doing stuff? But the kids didn't like me. So I take them out of that environment, and it's just us. I don't know how to discipline them. I don't know how to talk to them. So now what did I do? I became the abuser. I started verbally abusing them. Sometimes you get abused and you become the abuser. You might not think you do, but you do. I abused him too. I talked bad, and sometimes I would swing first. But this is what happens when you being abused. You got to learn you're toxic. I was so toxic, it didn't make no sense. So I had to stop for a second. I said, you know what, I got to do what God wants me to do. I think this is God's way of telling me it's time to step in the world that he wants for me. Because I can't just be losing everything for no reason. This is weird. So I called my pastor, and I told him that I wanted to go public with my HIV status. He said, okay, let's do it. Let's go on a 7-day fast for forgiveness, because you don't want to sound like you're bitter. Talked to my kids. They said, if it's going to help somebody, do it. I said, okay. So it was 2019. So I said, World AIDS Day coming up. I'm going to go live on YouTube. So that day come, I went live on YouTube. But I don't have no followers there, so I did it in secret. So I felt bad. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go live on Facebook. I turned Facebook on, and I said, what do HIV mean to you? What do HIV mean to you? What do World AIDS Day mean to you? After today, you will no longer be able to say that HIV means nothing to you, because your Facebook friend, she's HIV positive. And I told them my story from that point. And I went viral on Facebook. So then I was scared he was going to kill me then, because, man, I left him. I ain't say I married him. I married him, too. So I'm thinking he going to kill me. So I tell him, I said, if I die today, I'm at peace. I became free. I was free. I was in secret telling people at the hospital I was positive, telling family, friends. I wasn't able to be freely positive. It's a difference. I didn't want to be, I don't knock other people for being in secret. I don't, because people like me advocate for them. So I'm okay with that. But when you're in secret, you don't allow your family and friends to support you. And that's a bad place to be at. And the person that gave it to you, that gives him power over you. So I said, okay, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book now. So I went through all of my notes, because after he destroyed so many laptops, I said, I'm writing on notebooks. So I had a book bag full of notebooks. So I went through the notebooks, and I kept finding Bible scriptures, and I put a word with it. So I wrote the first book. So I'm like, okay, I think I should do it again. But this time I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to publish this book myself. So I taught myself how to publish a book. So I said, okay. And I published another one and another one. I said, okay, I'm finna start a nonprofit now. So they said, you ain't going to be able to do that. So when you talk to people that's small-minded, they ain't going to understand the vision, because it ain't theirs anyway. They don't supposed to. I said, I'm going to start a nonprofit. You ain't going to be able to do this. It's going to take you 5-6 years to do that. I got discouraged. I said, well, okay, I'm going to start the publishing company. Went online. They gave me I did the whole LLC myself. So then I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this nonprofit. So I did the nonprofit. So I said, wait a minute, it's some more stuff that God want me to do. So then I just started going live all the time. I started sharing my stories. I started being interviewed by different people. People started calling me to speak in different states and paying me. I'm like, hold on. You're telling me that they're going to pay me to come and tell all of this stuff. But what did the Bible say? Your gift will make room for you. It will make room for you. So all the time, God was preparing me. When I was working in the hospital, when I was talking to these people, the things that I was going through with him, now I advocate for people that's HIV. I help women that's in domestic violence situations. I help them figure out how to get out of it. I don't say leave. I support you all the way through it, but if you want to go, I got some resources that can help you get up out of there. So I did all these amazing things, right? She said some amazing things about me, right? I did all those amazing things because I woke up every day and I said, I was going to make HIV mad every day until I die. Every day, till my casket closed. I'm going to make HIV mad. So I continue to do all these amazing things. But listen, y'all, I still want to take care of me. I'll tell y'all how. I figured out this year that I still think I'm slow, uneducated. I still think that about myself. Because when I was in 3rd grade, they said I couldn't read. So I started the GED program. I've been in school for the last 4 weeks. It's something personal that I have to do for myself. I do a lot of self-development. Like I do a lot, sit down and make goals for the week, make goals for the month, make goals for the year. I do different things now to focus on me, and I have stopped trying to do for everybody else and be Captain Save everybody. And now I'm saving me. This is a season where I save me. I'm not upset about nothing I did these last 5 years. I've done amazing things, and I thank God that I've able to do it. I have events every year for Real AIDS Day. Real AIDS Day, I have one every year. And listen, before I end, y'all, look. I thought nobody would love me. I met a man that loves me. Loves me. When I say loves me, sometimes I be like, I don't deserve it. That's how messed up mentally I still am, right? But I'm growing and I'm healing every day. Back to the onion. The onion is, I'm continuing to pull all of these things back, pulling it back because soon I'm going to become whole. But I will not be able to become whole if I keep doing this for them and doing this for them and doing this for them and trying to make HIV mad every day. It's cute. It's amazing. But I have to make me great every day. I have to make me feel better. I have to become whole for my kids. My kids are my #1 supporters, y'all. Those kids didn't like me at first. I didn't like them either. Because they was on their daddy side. I didn't like them either. My kids are my #1 supporters. My kids love me. My kids wrote a book with me. And I actually have 46 books. I counted the other day. It's 46. I don't even promote myself the way I'm supposed to because I'm still walking around feeling like it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. So I encourage y'all, listen, nobody's safe, right? And people hate when I say this. And I really stopped going live like a year ago on my Facebook because this, what I'm finna say, hurts so many people. And I pray to God that it don't hurt nobody because I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I just have to share my truth. And I have to share what God wants me to share. The streets is not safe. Our households are not safe. And the reason why is because don't nobody really want to know if they HIV positive. You don't want to know that. Because you got to do something. You got to do something. You got to educate yourself. Here's a bunch of stuff you got to do, right? So we have people that's in relationships where they know they mate cheat on them. And they stay. And that's what I mean when I say we not safe. Because if you and your mate are not going to the doctor, getting regularly checkups, and y'all are on one accord, how would you ever know if you're positive, right? When you lay with somebody, you giving them one of the most important things in your life, and that is your life. You giving them your life, laying with them. And if you don't know what's going on with them, it will change the direction of your life. And this is why I try my best to educate my community. I try to have these events. I'm trying my best to do more in the community, but it's still just a little bitty old me. A little bitty old me, but I pray that God open more doors for me so that I could do more things as I continue to heal, of course. Because I don't keep doing and doing and doing, and the next time I speak, they just have amazing things to say about me, but I'm not confident in who I am as a queen. Because I know I am a queen. I know it. You got to know it and feel it. It's a difference. It's a difference, and I'm struggling with it. I'm struggling with it, but I thank God that I'm here today. I hope I've helped somebody, and thank y'all for listening.
Can we get another round of applause for Miss Shatrivia Kennedy? Oh my goodness, amazing, incredible, incredible story. I don't have a speech or anything, but it's just been on my heart to say, and she touched on it a little bit, that everyone in here has purpose. Your life has purpose. Like, just the thought of that makes me want to like just jump up out of my skin and like scream. Like, our life is already ordained. There's a path already paved for you. But sometimes we want to do it our way. It's like, just talk to God. Like, what do you want? What is your purpose for my life? And just like Mr. Trivia said, like when she tapped into what he wanted, look at her life. Look at all the things she's been able to do. So that's all I wanted to say from my thoughts. But I'd also like to bring up Ms. Reverend Green to give our closing remarks. Did you? Anything else? Okay.
My closing is this way everywhere I go. I want you to look at somebody and repeat after me. Find somebody that you can look at and just look at them. Kind of hard for some people. And repeat after me. I am because you are. And because you are, therefore I am. Let's do that one more time. I am because you are. And because you are, therefore I am. God bless you all and have a beautiful rest of the day.
You say what? Yeah, I know. Yeah. So listen, we're going to turn the music up a little bit and enjoy each other's company, get some pictures and stuff so we can capture these moments here. And I'm just so glad y'all come. So we got about another, 40 minutes here. So if y'all want to relax and chill and, listen to some music, yes, and take some pictures, okay? All right. Thank y'all. And thank y'all. Thank everybody.